which takes me to the Shamrock Bowl, the site of this week's matchup that features a 5-2 Dublin team sitting in that four-way tie atop the region mountaintop at 5-1. One of the best to ever do it, head coach Roger Holmes has this somewhat young Irish squad clicking, averaging 28 points a game, doubling what the defense is allowing at 14 per contest. Though region title hopes are on the line this week, coach tells me this program plays for the playoffs regardless of rank. Although connections from the past play a big part in this matchup as well, including school ties to the head coach he's facing on the other sideline, Von Lassiter.
There's always been ultimate respect. Since I've been here, you know, you had Tracy White that was on our staff, went back over there and took the head coaching job. Prior to him was Sam Bars that was the head coach in Dublin before me, and Von Lassiter was actually an assistant coach early on in his career at Dublin. Matt Gibbs was the high school principal at Bleckley. Well, he was one of my assistants when I first got to Dublin. So there's a lot of connections, a lot of ties. At the end of the day, it's a big game. It gives you a chance to stay in the region hunt, but you know, our goal really around here is always just make it to the playoffs and be playing your best football when you get to, you know, the 11th game of the year.
Well, the Irish play a physical brand of football up front. We know this. Offensively, the methodical run-first attack led by a trio of playmakers in that wing T offense have over 500 yards on the ground. Junior back Trevion Bostic leads the team with 668 rushing yards. That's good for 13th in the state in the Class A D1, averaging 8.5 yards a carry. And teammates Dontavius Cannon and Jamarcus Knight are just as good, averaging 9 and 7 yards a carry respectively, combining for 1,800 total yards and 19 total touchdowns between them. Defensively, Dublin has improved their play execution, and that has in turn spread out all over the place, with 8 guys having over 20 tackles on the season so far. Now, resiliency helps when region wins have come from disciplined fourth quarter ball, limiting turnovers, learning assignments, and being tough on the line. However, Holmes says they need to beat the top teams to be a top team. Junior center and defensive tackle Mandarian Staley echoes that statement, wanting to prove they can be a physical contender as well.
We haven't beat a top 10 team, so this is really the chance to do that, and I just want to see us go out there and execute how we supposed to. On defense, we got to play physical front line. As long as we playing physical front line, QB can't do much. They give our backs, our back end a good advantage.
Well, Holmes is 15-2 all-time against the Royals, 5-1 against the Lassiter run squad. So Coach knows exactly who he is dealing with, and he isn't taking this tough, respected Royals team for granted.
A lot of times when people run that offense, they may have a real good quarterback, but they only have really one go-to receiver. All of their receivers have great hands. They catch the ball in their hands. They run good routes. The running back is explosive. The offensive line seems to always be in the right place. So their execution is really going to be good. And obviously that young quarterback he's a gunslinger. He's got a chance to be really special. And then defensively, you know, I think we've just got to, you know, we've got to find a way to block them and move the football, and sometimes your best defense might be able to control the ball on offense.
Well, it just might be, Coach, and Holmes says this is just another game, but the winner's path could look a bit different come November. These Irish are hoping for a pot of gold at the end of this rainbow come Friday night, as well as win number 18 in the 20th all-time meeting of the Fighting Irish and the Royals for the Week 10 Game of the Week.
You know you're going to get Bleckley's best when they get a chance to get after Dublin, and I think our young men understand that also. They read the papers, and they know that Bleckley County's coming into our place as the favorite as well. They probably should, and, you know, hey, go play great, go make a play. And who knows, you might find a way to have a big upset here Friday night.